Hi students, I wanted to show you the next step real quick. As you know, you're going to fill in the shapes whole, and the ones that touch you don't fill in until they're fully dry the next day. If you're using a big shape to fill in, you want to use a giant brush for that. If you're using a smaller shape, you want to use a smaller brush for that. If you're using a medium. And the goal is to go fast. Not all of these are going to turn out perfect. Some are. Like over here, this is gorgeous. It's a little easier when it goes off the edge. But you want to fill in the shapes with all different saturations, but not too dark. That one's a little too dark. And you want to have your warm on one side and your cool on the other, just like your thumbnail. But I wanted to show you quickly what happens when you wait long enough. This is the orange circle. This is the red-violet shape right here that looks like a video game control thing. This is the cool side, which is the 3 analogous hues. And this is the warm side, which is going to be, the rest of it's going to be yellow, yellow, orange, and orange. I just wanted to show you real quick because you want to do a good saturation that matches the others enough, but that has variation in it. I'm mixing up an orange, and I want to do a little bit different than the yellow oranges. I don't have red orange, so I want to make sure I have a good true orange. And then of course it's super important to have a tester sheet, which I have here. I've been testing as I go, not only to see if the color's right, but to figure out what saturation I want to use and how the brush works. I don't want to pick a brush that's all flared out and weird before me knowing it and then apply it to my actual one. This is a nice soft flat brush. It's good for the size of this orange shape. So I'm going to do this so you can see. I added a little pencil to the yellow, as you know, so you could see better from the camera. But the goal is fast. Boom, boom, quick. Drag it along, drag it along, drag it along, drag it along. Better to stop than get the shape perfect in the lines. I'm going to go boom, just hold my breath and go boom, just a little. That's it. If you keep going and going and going, it's a disaster. Like what I did over here, bad news. Bad news. I kept going trying to get the shape and had this crinkly edge, and it was just, it's better to just stop. The temptation is to get it perfect, like I want to go in, but I just know from experience that that's an accident waiting to happen. Let's see, I have the orange, I have the yellow orange. I could do yellow. I could do yellow. Okay, let me just do, well, I don't have any yellow, so let me do yellow orange. I have enough yellow for yellow orange. I just have to revamp my palette right here. This is going to be yellow orange. And of course, you want to test it on your tester and see if it even is yellow orange. That's much too orange. It's getting better. Well, you know from the first project that yellow basically is almost yellow orange already. It's a little bit better. I'll show you real quick. And you can do different saturations with these. It's getting there. And if you find a brush you like, be careful not to keep using it over and over and over, because it might not be the right size for the area. I'm going to go with this. So I'm practicing. I'm practicing the saturation. I'm practicing. This is creating sort of a nice even wash and glazing. So I think I'm going to use that. Now, once again, have your little template, because this is the yellow orange and this is the shape. So this is too small of a brush. Biggest mistake is using too small of a brush. If you go in there with too small of a brush, you're going to have all kinds of problems because you're going to get all kinds of streaks. I'm testing this again. Okay, it's a little bit better. But I had to resaturate the new brush with the new value of yellow because Okay, that's better. That's better. All right, so now I have the correct size brush, and I can now do this. If I'm using that old brush, or if I have dirty water or something like that, I'm going to be in trouble. So this is my shape. I tried to put pencil so you could see. Get to the edge and start running it around. If you can be the only one who sees those lines, that's the goal. Because when people look at a watercolor, they want to see up close. They want to see technique. And if you've got a big heavy old line there, it's just not very attractive. All right, little puddly. But again, if I go in there and I start messing with this, I'm in trouble. I can't do the big yellow. I can't do the yellow because I don't have yellow, and this is not, well, let's see. I think I can do a big yellow because I found yellow in another palette over here. All right, it's a little bit of a warm yellow, but I think it'll work. A little orangey. All right, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Okay, I'm splattering water on this, which doesn't help either, but check this out. Boom. Hold your breath. One hit. And the thing is, you got to have your puddle of water available, a puddle of paint. You can't just keep mixing paint in the middle of this. You can see how timing is everything. So I have an abundant pile of puddle paint that I can grab quickly. You have to be prepared so that you can race around this shape without coming back and having to redo. It's a little puddly, but again, I know from experience that if I go in here and start messing with this, I'm gonna have a big problem. I'm gonna do this one too. The reason these are working is the brush is big. That's why I got you those three sets, 3 big brushes in your set. See what else I can do real quick. I'm gonna do it. I'm going for it. And the bigger, the better. I have a big puddle of yellow happening in my palette, so this is why I can do this. I get on a roll and I can just go, go, go. Boom. And now I'm almost done with this thing. The only thing I have left is over here. There's a circle. And once again, you gotta grab your cheat sheet and go, what is that? Okay, that's a blue violet. Now I can't do it because there's yellow there. To wait overnight again. But it looks like I have almost everything done except this circle. So I'm gonna let you go. And of all the things I said, the main thing is be fast, don't go back, no matter what. Try to do it in less than 3 hits. The more you overwork it, the more weird it gets, like this and this. Vary saturation, because you can always make it darker later, but never lighter. And keep your puddle substantial. So like when I was doing that yellow, look at the pile I have, a big pile of yellow. So I can just keep grabbing as I go for those big shapes. That's it. I hope it helps.